They go through your central nervous system, your spine, your spinal cord. And that's how signals get from your feet or your fingers to your brain so they can make decisions in a simple way. It's actually quite more complicated than that. But in a nutshell, that's how it works. Now, what happens if somebody dives in a pool that's too shallow? What's that? They hit their head, but then what's a very common injury if that happens? You could break your head open, yeah, but what's more common? Okay, I'm sure somebody, okay, quiet. I'm sure somebody got the answer right, but you actually injure your spine. And you have trouble getting signals from your brain to your muscles to walk. So a lot of times people that if they accidentally dive into a pool and they break their neck or break their spinal cord and they have an injury, they can't walk or they have a very, very difficult time walking. What about your brain? What happens when you have a brain injury like a stroke? Does anybody have a relative who's had a stroke? Yeah, and what happens? Sometimes, do they have trouble walking? What's that? They forget stuff, that's true, but that happens to people who don't have strokes also. No, you can, very much. You'll see in just a second. Okay, so quiet down. I want to make sure everyone got this last point. So if you have a brain injury or something, your signals can still work through your spinal cord, but you still have trouble coordinating your muscles to walk. So you have a hard time taking steps. So you'll see people with strokes who will limp, and I have a couple of videos to show you about that. Okay, so I'm going to share a video of one of this is actually a person who works with me, and he had a spinal cord injury. So he's going to share his story a little bit with you.
People say that's impossible. You're never going to play soccer again. You're in a wheelchair. Life happens, and so do bad decisions. I was ejected from my car about 50 feet, and I shouldn't be alive today to tell you about it. You can't get fit. You can't live life to the fullest. You can't play sports. You can't have a family. You can't drive a car. You can't go back to school. You can't have a real job. You can't walk. It can't be great. People look at me in terms of what I can't do. Sitting here in this chair, thinking about what if, why me, is only going to keep me here longer. I'm the only person that's going to get myself out of this chair. Nothing's going to stop me from achieving my goal. Can? I don't believe we can.
Okay, so that's what happens. He had a spine injury, and it prevented him from walking. And so you can see how he used a robot to help him walk again, right? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So how did that? So I want to talk a little bit about how that works. So who plays basketball? Okay, who's in gymnastics? Okay, so two things. So how do you get really good at free throws in basketball? Practice, that's right. How do you get really good at cartwheels in gymnastics? Practice. You gotta do things a lot. So, okay, so this is a really important part. This is a really important point I'm about to make, and this is also going to be on the quiz. Okay, so you can teach your brain to do things, and you can teach your brain to do things when you're young, like you, and when you're old, like me, Or if you've had some sort of injury to your brain, you can actually teach your brain how to do things again in a different way. So I'm going to show you how that works. This is a very brief video, but...
Not so long ago, many scientists believed that the brain did not change after childhood, that it was hardwired and fixed by the time we became adults. But recent advances in only the last decade now tell us that this is simply not true. The brain can and does change throughout our lives. It is adaptable, like plastic. Hence neuroscientists call this neuroplasticity. How does neuroplasticity work? If you think of your brain as a dynamic, connected power grid, there are billions of pathways or roads lighting up every time you think, feel, or do something. Some of these roads are well-traveled. These are our habits, our established ways of thinking, feeling, and doing. Every time we think in a certain way, practice a particular task, or feel a specific emotion, we strengthen this road. It becomes easier for our brains to travel this pathway. Say we think about something differently, learn a new task, or choose a different emotion. We start carving out a new road. If we keep traveling that road, our brains begin to use this pathway more, and this new way of thinking, feeling, or doing becomes second nature. The old pathway gets used less and weakens. This process of rewiring your brain by forming new connections and weakening old ones is neuroplasticity in action. The good news is that we all have the ability to learn and change by rewiring our brains. If you have ever changed a bad habit or thought about something differently, you have carved a new pathway in your brain and experienced neuroplasticity firsthand. With repeated and directed attention towards your desired change, you can rewire your brain.
Okay, so that means when you're practicing basketball or learning to do cartwheels, you're exercising that ability to create a really easy pathway through your body to make that action work. Okay, so when if you have an injury to your brain or a stroke or you have an injury to your spinal cord, it used to be that, hey, that's, it's over, that's never going to come back. But because of neuroplasticity, you can retrain yourself to do things. So even though right after you have an injury to your spine or your brain, you may not be able to walk, if you practice, like you do with shooting free throws or doing cartwheels, and you do that a lot, you can actually get better. And I'm going to share two stories right here of people who've done that. The first one is going to be somebody who recently had a stroke. So remember, that's in their brain, not in their spinal cord. It's in their brain, and it's going to, you're going to see how they walk, and then how the robot helps them get better. So if you're shooting free throws, is it better to do 5 free throws or 100 free throws? 100. 5, wrong. So, and if you're doing cartwheels, you do a lot of them, right? So it's important to do a lot of them, and it's important to do them well. Okay, so this first, I want you to watch this closely. This first part of the video is going to be this person, how they get treated today. So without a robot, this is what somebody's going to go through to try to learn to take steps. There's no audio, so you can see, look at all the people helping the person walk. It's a little small, I apologize, but see, there are 4 people helping that person try to walk. Remember, he just had a stroke, so his brain has an injury, and he's trying to relearn how to do it. So do you guys think that's a very effective way to learn how to do that? What's not happening? He's not doing very many, right? And do they look good? The steps look good? Not really. So just like if you're shooting basketball free throws, you want them to all look good. Okay, so now the next part of the video, he's going to have one of our exoskeletons on, and you can see how much better he is. This is the same day. This is the day after this person actually had a stroke. So this is a real video. And okay, so you can see the person on the right has got the robot on. Now you can see how he's taking a lot of steps, right? He's not walking very fast, but he's taking a lot of steps, and he's doing a very good job stepping. So if you want to learn how to walk again, would you rather do it with a robot or without a robot? Exactly. Easy sale. Okay, so the next video I want to show you is, remember we talked about a stroke being an injury to your brain? What was the other injury we talked about? Spinal cord, yeah. So the next video I'm going to show you is a video of somebody who had an injury to their spinal cord. And that's usually a very difficult thing to deal with. But this person is going to talk about how she went through that and how the robot helped her actually recover also. So here we go. This is about a little bit longer. There's volumes. Quiet, please.
My name is Sasha Pavlenko, and I suffered a spinal cord injury. So my accident was about 5 months ago. Fell off a balcony on St. Patrick's Day. I came to Miami Valley Hospital. My doctors even said, no, you're not going to walk, but they didn't say I was going to. That's like anyone's worst nightmare, like waking up and being somebody saying, like, we don't know if you're going to walk again, and your stomach drops. The injury has its ups and downs, so there's periods of time, like I always thought, like, I'm going to walk again, I'm going to be fine, and then there's other times where you think, this is the best it's going to get. You kind of just have to take one day at a time. I remember the first time they told me about the exoskeleton. I was laying in my hospital bed and they were like, we're gonna get you up in the robot tomorrow, or the skeleton. And I'm like, what is the robot / skeleton? Initially I was kind of intimidated because I was not walking hardly at all. I didn't know how it was going to feel. Even though I was kind of scared, it was great. I was walking. It was great to see the world at that angle again and to be able to take steps. I was doing maybe 100, 200 feet in the exoskeleton, and that eventually translated to 100, 200 feet out of the exoskeleton, and now I don't even use my cane sometimes when I'm able to walk. Just gotta keep trying, and it does get easier, and hopefully everyone will be able to walk too one day.
Okay, so isn't that cool? You guys see how hard that is to do and how hard she had to work to do that, but all that repetition allowed her to walk again. And that's a whole lot better than not being able to walk again. Okay, so I know we're running a little bit late on time, so I'm going to accelerate here. But I want to do a demo. So I did bring our robot, one of our robots here, and I'm not gonna get anyone in it, but I want to show it walking, and you can see how it works. So, okay, I want to show you two more things. Okay? Okay, so 5 more minutes. Okay, so we also created a vest. And after I'm done, if you guys have a little bit of free time, anyone who wants to try this out can do it. Remember I told you about helping workers do their job better or more easily? So here's a little video I've got.
We designed the Ekso vest to deliver power without pain for professionals who work with their arms overhead. You put the vest on like a backpack, turn on the lift assist, and you're ready to go. The Ekso vest uses springs to lift your arms. The kicker is, it's all mechanical, no batteries, no motors. The Ekso vest is perfect for manufacturing and a variety of overhead applications. We can't wait to see what you'll do with it.
This is the Ekso vest. And do we have 3 minutes? Anton?
Yes.
Okay, 3 minutes. So I need somebody who's in 6th grade. This is made, and the reason I say it, this is made for grown-ups, so you need to be pretty tall. Inez or Nez, I want you to hold your arms down. Put her arms up. Do you feel any difference? Is it helping at all? A little bit? Oh, it's not on. Hang on. Put your arms down. Put your arms down again. Okay, now hold them down. Can you turn that one on? Okay, now, not yet. Now what I want you to slowly lift your arms up. Okay, now can you put your arms down? Can you put them down all the way? Do your arms feel like they're weightless, right? Like they just are floating. Isn't that cool? Okay. Okay. Here we go. So Jack Howe, I want you to hold this. Inez, I want you to hold this. And I want you to get ready to time. You're getting ready to time. You're going to say go. Do you have seconds on that? Okay, so everyone, now you guys, what I want you to do, what I want you to hold on like that. Okay, but not yet. Wait till you say go. Okay, just say go.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, we're going to see if Jack can hold the sign up as long as Inez. How's it feel, Inez? Is it heavy?
No, it's not.
Not heavy at all. Jack, how's it feeling?
It's not that heavy.
Get a little tired? It's getting pretty heavy. How you feeling?
Good.
No problem. No problem. Liam, how much time do we have so far?
Sorry?
How much time has it been?
It's been 37 seconds.
37 seconds. How you feeling, Jack? A little tired. Inez, how you feeling?
I'm good.
Okay. Come here, Mitch. You can stop anytime, Jack. Okay, I think you guys get the point. It's pretty hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
And is it hard without it?
No,
It's not hard. So that's this is how wearable robots can help people do things that they otherwise couldn't do. Okay, that's it. So she cannot leave the table. Okay, so if anybody would like to try this on afterwards, if we have time, not now, but afterwards, I'm more than happy to do that. Okay, so try this out. Okay, so that's it.
Guys, okay, so the team that is going to redo the missions, please come on the stage.